Everyone. Hi. I was going to give it a few more minutes just to kind of let everyone jump on the call so I can share some of my summer skin secrets to you all. My name is Kirsty. I'm going to be taking you through today's demo. I would absolutely love my favorite part of any of these demos is seeing where everyone is actually coming in from today. So if you want to actually type where you're, what region you're from, what country you're from, I'm actually from Dublin, Ireland. I feel like I'm getting to know a few people that actually come on every masterclass, which is so lovely to see. Oh, amazing. England, Norway, fab. I love this. We're going international. Thanks so much. I can't believe it's Monday again and we're into the evening. So grab your coffees, grab your teas if you're only waking up, if you're just relaxing now after work. I'm going to take you through some of my top tips. And like I said, my name is Kirsty. I'll do a quick intro before I get started. I have been actually with the brand nearly 7 years. So in June, it's going to be 7 years. So I was only a baby when I started with Charlotte Tilbury, and I started as a retail artist and worked my way up into the pro team. So I'm actually like, I've been given so many amazing opportunities with this amazing brand. I've gotten to work backstage at Victoria's Secret fashion show in New York, which is literally a pinch me moment. It's definitely a dream come true. Still can't believe I was there. And just, backstage at Milan Fashion Week, London Fashion Week. So really, really blessed. So I'm going to try and give my top tips as much as I can to all of you today. So today is all about that summer sun-kissed skin, and what I'm don't know about you guys, but I am so excited. The nights of getting a little bit of a stretch in the evening. The sun is still out where I am, so I'm super happy. So I'm getting really, really excited for summer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you about my summer skin secrets first of all. So what I know, life experience, I literally am seeing them as they're coming in. I'm probably a little bit late to seeing the comments. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share you my secrets for my skin. So last night I always have my summer, like my Sunday pamper session to get my skin in top shape, I should say. I'm losing my words. I'm just getting excited to be here. So what I did is I actually used the Super Radiance Resurfacing Facial. I always use this before I know I'm going live, or I actually have a few events up and coming this week. So I really knew I wanted my skin to look its absolute best. And Charlotte really says that this is like that 2-in-1 at-home facial. And in Ireland, we're still in a lockdown, unfortunately. So I haven't been having the pleasure of going to actually get those amazing facials. So this has been absolutely incredible for me. And it does offer that triple protection. So it has your AHA, BHA, and PHA. So it's 15% of an active level, which is totally safe to use at home. What I love about it, it really helps with the texture of my skin. So they have glycolic acid. So for anyone out there that has, texturized skin, this is for you. Anyone out there that, like me, I'm a little bit more normal to oily. So it has salicylic, so it's really going to unclog and purify my skin. And also exfoliative. So that is literally going to help with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles over time. So, in true Charlotte fashion, she's really thinking about, how your makeup is going to actually look with her skincare products. So this is a really good way of actually getting your skin in top form. So it's ready for an amazing makeup application. And I would recommend this just using it once a week for 20 minutes. If you're like me, a little bit of sensitivity in your skin, I just started off with 5 minutes. And then as I went on, I actually built up. So like I'm on week, I actually don't even think I could tell you what week I'm on now, but I'm to the full 20 minutes now. Whereas when I started, I did 5 minutes once a week until I knew my skin was kind of okay with it. But that's just me. If you want to also do a little patch test, you could also do that. I always recommend it when you're doing new skincare products. And what I love about it, for anyone that actually comes on here and they kind of get to know me a little bit more, you know how much I love the Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. And you get a tiny little one here, a little baby crystal elixir when you actually buy the Super Radiance Resurfacing Facial, which is so amazing. Charlotte just wants to really make sure that this is going to really exfoliate the skin and really get that reborn skin, and this is going to really help hydrate the skin. So why I love this is it actually has Replexium, so it's that anti-aging ingredient, but it also has niacinamide. So again, for anyone out there that really wants to work on any anti-aging benefits. Niacinamide is absolutely incredible for that, but it's also known as vitamin B3, which we naturally have in our skin, but it actually helps with the barrier function. So Charlotte likes to say it's like a workout for your pores, which it definitely is. And I've definitely noticed a difference in my skin. And both of them actually contain polyglutamic acid, which is 4 times more hydrating than hyaluronic acid. So that's definitely given me a little bit more of a glow today. I've definitely noticed it in my skin. And this is actually what the full bottle looks like. So you can actually see I love it so much. I'm really going through it. And another one that I've used that I can't live without is my Magic Cream Light. So again, for anyone that knows me on here, I never do makeup without my Magic Cream Light. This one is actually more for like a normal to oily skin tone, just because it actually has more of a silky kind of texture. So it's going to leave a satin finish to your skin. So if you do have any oiliness, this is perfect for you. You'll still get that amazing Charlotte Tilbury glow, but it's just going to be a little bit of a lighter consistency than that Magic Cream Original. If you have a little bit more of a drier skin type, Magic Cream Original would be perfect for you. Just because I am normal to oily, this is the one I opted for today. And that also does have that triple protection against UVA, UVB and blue light. So for me, sitting here with my lights in front of me, I'm on the laptop screen, it's actually going to help protect the skin. And another one that I actually love, it also had a city stem ingredient, so it actually helps protect against any pollution in the air. So I feel like as we go back into normality and we go back to our normal routines, this is really going to help your skin. So that's my little skin. I always like to go do a little bit of an in-depth look into my skincare, because I feel like you can't do good makeup without your good skincare. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move on. And I'm going to go into my Wonder Glow primer. I love this product. This is probably one of the first products I ever had when I started in Charlotte Tilbury. I absolutely love it. I'm going to use it with my hands. Really quickly, really easy. But what I love about this, it actually has that light fluorescent core technology. So you can actually see there, that's how much I'm using. Because it's a little bit more of a golden goddess glow to the skin, I do really want to actually add a little bit more glow to my skin. So I'm actually just going to pop it up here. I hope everyone can see there. I actually can see that gorgeous glow it instantly gives my skin. And what I love, it actually kind of helps bring down any redness in my skin and instantly gives me that all over glow and helps prime. So really perfect for those summer months where we want our makeup to stay on a little bit longer. It's going to be a little bit warmer. We really want our makeup to stay in place. I love using this. And it also has those amazing Charlotte Tilbury skincare ingredients that I feel like she does so amazingly. She really, marries the two together, skincare and makeup combined. So this has hyaluronic acid to lock in that moisture, and it's also anti, I can't even speak today, guys, anti-aging. So you can actually see that lovely little glow it gives me here. Instantly pick me up to the skin. So I'm just going to massage that in the skin. You don't really have to massage it in too much. It's not like a moisturizer, but I just want to make sure it's nice and lightweight when it goes into the skin, so that's not going to move around. And then I just like to do it like a little tap into the skin. So like so. So already we're kind of on our way to that gorgeous golden glowing makeup. So what I've opted for today, Light Wonder, is so beautiful. Again, I was always kind of a light to medium coverage, and this was one of the first foundations that Charlotte actually brought out. So I'm going to use this one. I'm only going to use a little bit. I'm going to use a shade 4. So this one you can actually use with your hands. You can warm it up and get like a tinted moisturizer feel. I kind of love to do a little bit more of a lightweight coverage. So I am going to use my Hollywood complexion brush here. So I'm just going to use it. I always like to kind of warm it up in my hands, if you can see there. Start from the center of the face and brush upwards and outwards. And this is definitely that gorgeous, lightweight, water-based foundation that's really going to suit every kind of skin type. So I'm just going to warm it up and push it into the skin as well. So because this is such a light to medium coverage, I want to build up the coverage where I get redness. So I'm just going to tap in to my foundation brush to build up the coverage. If you want a little bit more sheer, you can just keep on kind of blending upwards and outwards. And if you kind of want to know what kind of coverage or color you're looking for, I do recommend actually going to the virtual services on Charlotte Tilbury's website. They're absolutely amazing. They'll give you the perfect shade for you. Maybe you want a little bit more coverage. You might want to go for the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Maybe you want a medium coverage. We have the Magic Foundation. The virtual artist will be able to actually help you choose the perfect foundation for you, along with that perfect color as well. So again, just going upwards and outwards. I feel like with foundation, and nearly with everything, I even think like facial massages are always upwards and outwards to really stimulate the blood flow in the skin. But I'll always just lightly tap in that product to really make sure there's no, swatches from your product. And this actually has time release retinol. So again, anti-aging foundation, which Charlotte is so known for. But for me, I feel more alive now than when I came onto the call with no makeup. I'm back to myself. But this is perfect for that holiday look to your skin, that gorgeous glowing. It nearly just looks like your skin, but just giving that really healthy glow. So like so. And then whatever is left on my brush, I do like to just kind of pop slightly on the lid just to take down. I am very purple, very blue in my eyes, and this just helps bring down the colour slightly. So like so. So really quick and easy, and I always like to bring down onto the neck, especially if you love this foundation and you're going to go anywhere, for an event. I always bring my foundation down to my neck, because what can happen is your face is like, beautiful and flawless, but this, you can actually see that natural kind of skin texture. So this actually just smooths everything out slightly and just makes everything look really won and really polished. So just like so. And then I'm going to use, because this is more of like that light to medium texture, I do want to add a little bit more coverage to my skin. So I'm going to go in with my Magic Away concealer, if I can open it, which is this one here. So because this is more that medium to full coverage, this is perfect to actually keep the makeup and making it last longer as well. So I'm just going to give it a little push up, and I'm going to use a little beauty blender, which is perfectly designed to sit into the eye, and I'm only using it where I need it. So this is it actually has a wild indigo extract, so it's going to boost luminosity onto your skin. So I like to use it where I want a little bit of coverage. So I'm going to use it a little bit around the nose area, a little bit on my chin. I have a bit of a breakout there, and then into the middle of my forehead to actually brighten up my skin. So I'm just going to pop it on here, like so. And then I'm just going to use a little bit around the nose. I feel like someone said on another masterclass I did a while ago, I feel like it's like a curse of being Irish. You always have a little bit of a red nose, which I definitely believe. So I'm just going to actually leave my under eye just to sit a little bit. The perfect concealer here is that you don't have to kind of go in and blend it straight away. It doesn't dry. It actually stays quite tacky, which I love. So it just means that you can actually still keep going back in and move it around if you need to. But I'm just going to kind of use my brush here just to blend out here to make it really seamless. But you can already see that brightness it's giving me. So like that, just brushing up and patting along because I want to add a little bit more coverage. And then I'm just going to dab a little bit. You can also use your fingers here as well, like so. But it's super hydrating. It has glycine in it, so it just means, again, around the eyes, you're not going to get any of that, heaviness. It's not going to sit. It's not going to cake. It actually stays really, really beautiful the entire day. And then I'm just going to use my finger just to tap it in. You can actually see, Charlotte actually says this is like Spanx for the skin, and I really do believe her. You can really see how much of a stretch you get with that, an amazing formula. So I always just kind of bring it to the outer edge just to light up and add a little bit of a highlighted effect to my eye. So I always bring it in here as well. That's really where I find I get quite dark. But you can actually see, I feel like I've had an eye lift. You can actually see the difference even from the outer edge. It's absolutely incredible. And what I like to do as well, if you were going out and you wanted to keep your summer skin the way it was and you wanted to put on a little bit more eye makeup, I also like to use this as a bit of an eyeshadow base too. So I'm just literally going to pop it here, and then whatever's left, very lightly, I just pop here. I definitely get a little bit more veins around my eyes, so I really need to cover those. But not overly cover them, because I still think it looks really real to have that little bit of, your natural skin colour coming through. But this is definitely going to help with your makeup lasting a lot longer. So with the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, because that's more full coverage, I would opt for going maybe a little bit lighter and just using it as a highlighter, because you don't really need a lot of coverage with it. But because this is a little bit of a lighter foundation, I want to add a little bit more coverage. So that's the reason why I'm doing that there. And then I just, like I said, Irish red nose. So I just put a little bit down the middle and I just literally just tap away and blend in. And this is a really good tip for anyone here that finds that foundation does not sit on their nose. I am one of those people. When I use a foundation brush, it just tends to move around. Whereas when I use my fingers, it actually, the heat of my hands tend to just let it sink in a little bit better on my skin and give it a little bit more of a flawless look. So definitely a really good tip there for anyone that finds their foundation doesn't sit on their nose properly. So just like so. So that's our kind of base. So you can still see I'm really glowy. What I'm going to do now is I am going to use a tiny bit of powder on my favorite Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, which again, if you've never used this product, you need it in your life. Whether if you even have drier skin, if you've oily skin, this is the perfect powder. It suits absolutely every skin type. It's really nourishing, really hydrating, and just gives this really flawless look to your skin. It actually helps with blurring any, soft focus, any pores and wrinkles on the skin. Doesn't sit, again, a lot of powders can tend to, be a little bit heavier. So this one, it doesn't actually do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually do it where I need it, which is always the center of my face, that oily kind of T-zone. So I'm actually using the number 1 here in Fair. So you can already see I've just taken down the kind of extra glow that I don't need, but I still have that lovely light reflecting glow on my skin. So just like so, into the center of my skin. And tapping, I think, again, is better because it's really going to make sure that product is going to stay in place rather than moving the brush, because what's after happening is, as well, our foundation has just gone on. We still wanted to give time to kind of settle into the skin to make it look as natural as we can. So if you just press it in, it'll actually look a lot better, and you won't have any of those swipe marks from your brush. So just like that. And then I'm going to go on to bronzing my skin with the amazing Airbrush bronzer, which is part of that AFF family. So very similar to the powder that I just used. Really amazing formula. It smooths, it blends really, really easy, and it's actually infused with hyaluronic acid, which I don't think I actually know another bronzer that's infused with hyaluronic acid. So this is absolutely incredible. And what I love about it, it's also refillable. So once you're finished, you can keep this amazing packaging, which is literally nearly the same size as my head. You get so much out of it. And actually, as you can see, it's well loved by me. I use this absolutely every single day. I've used it on my eyes, and I'm going to use it with the amazing bronzer brush as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm using shade 2. And because, as you can see, I've taken away all the colour that I just spoke about. I said I had quite, redness in my skin. Everything looks kind of just one colour now. I want to bring back in that facial framework. So that's the reason why I'm using bronzer here. So I'm just going to pop it in underneath my cheekbones. But instead of doing like a contoured look, I'm going to do more of a bronzed look to really make it look like I have been away. And I did get naturally sun-kissed, even though if sun was to go near my skin, I just go red and go back to the same colour. So I'm faking it. So just like that. So nearly like if I was to suck in right under that cheekbone and brushing it back into my hairline. So already I can see a massive difference, and the warmth is really coming through on my skin. But these are beautiful. You can actually get them in fair, medium, and then tan, and then deep. Like that. And this is such a good way to cheat that you have been in the sun. So if you do have anyone out there that, like me and the sun don't really get along, this is a really good little way to cheat that appearance of a summer holiday. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually popping it in from the end of my eye up into this kind of temple to lift my entire face. That's a little backstage secret there that a lot of people have kind of started to do to really make it look like they're getting that extra kind of facelift and sun-kissed look. And then I'm just going to go a little bit into my forehead. Now, depending on, your face shape, I am a little bit more of a rounder face shape. I've quite a small face. I don't really need to do a lot on my forehead, but it really depends on your face shape. Or if you just like to do a little bit on the forehead, I just do a very, very small amount. But again, the virtual services are absolutely incredible for actually finding out your perfect, contour shade, your bronzer shade, and how to get that perfect bronzing shade for you. And then I always do it underneath the chin for me, just to, again, make everything look really leveled. And I'm actually going to go back in with my smaller brush, just like this. And I'm going to do a little bit on the side. You could use a very small blender, and because I want this to be a little bit more of that bronze look rather than a chiseled contour look, I'm just going to get it and just kind of sweep over my nose in the center, and then just lightly going to the side like so, just to frame it, because again, what can happen is we frame the outside of the face, but we kind of forget about the inside, so it can kind of look quite flat. So this is just a really good way to tie everything in together. And what I've actually done as well before I came on, I did do my brows. I cheated a little bit because I knew we only had a half an hour, but I've actually used the amazing Supermodel brow kit. So what I did, I used Charlotte's amazing Fill Feather Fix technique, which is so easy. It suits absolutely everyone. It's her kind of trick to getting those supermodel brows. No matter if you have full, sparse, thin brows, you can get those supermodel brows. So I've used my amazing Fill Feather Fix technique. So I've used the brow cheat, which is amazing. My eyebrows are still in kind of like that recovery stage, I'm going to call them. I've been plucking my eyebrows since I was 12, and it's only in the lockdown that I've actually let them kind of grow at their natural pace, and I haven't teased them at all. And then I use the Legendary Brows to really feather my eyebrows and get that really, really natural feathered, kind of bushy brow look. I really love that at the moment. And then I fixed everything in together by using the Brow Fix. So that's that lamination trend, but I feel like no matter if there's a lamination trend, if you just want that natural held in place brow, this is perfect for absolutely everyone. And this is something that I would actually use these two even day to day if I was doing that no makeup look. But because I knew I was coming on, I was doing a little bit more of a sun-kissed look, I am going to do a few little extra brow hairs for this. But this again comes in 8 shades, so there is one out there for absolutely everyone. And what I love about this is that the formula is really amazing. It glides on. It doesn't get stuck on the skin. It's really, really soft, and you don't actually need to use a lot of pressure. And I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully you can. It's such a small little tip. So it really is going to give you that micro precision kind of brow trend that's out at the moment. But again, if you're like me and you do have kind of sparse brows and you're looking to fill them in, this is perfect. And we do have the brow lift as well. So this, I'm using shade Natural Brown in both of these. But this one, the brow lift, for me would be more for if you have naturally maybe a full brow, but you do have little extra, kind of like little sparse kind of places here and there, not a full sparse brow or thin brow, and you just want to shade them in slightly. That's what I would do with the brow lift. But because I do have a little bit extra work on my brow needed, I'm using the brow cheat. So I'm just going to use my little mirror, always brushing up my brow. And then I'm just going to fill in slightly, very lightly here. So you can actually see there, it's just giving me those extra little brow hairs that I need to really just make my brow come together as one. And then brushing up your brow. And again, like if you book in with a consultation to actually find your perfect shade, the guys will actually bring you through the brow compass, which is going to give you the perfect brow shape for your face. So you always start at the nose. You can kind of leave it like a little mark to see where you're actually going to start your brow. Through the iris, and that's where your brow arch should be. And then from the tip of the nose through the edge of the eye, like kind of like a little last eyelash, that's where your brow end should be. So it's going to be absolutely different for everyone, but they'll be able to take you through to make sure you're actually getting the most out of your brow products, and that you're actually using the brow compass to get that perfect supermodel brow. So you can really see the difference just by even brushing them up can actually give you. So like so, I'm just doing those little hair strokes and nearly lifting the brow as I go. So I'm really not putting a lot of pressure on my brow pencil at the moment. And I'm just lifting like so. And then extending. So like I said, I did actually cheat a little bit, and I did actually pop on some of my brow products. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of fix, because that's the one thing I didn't really do. I filled and I feathered, but I didn't perfectly fix. So I'm going to show you guys what it's like here. So you literally just have to brush it through. And what I love about this brow fix, it doesn't leave the eyebrows crispy. I feel like as a makeup artist, we've all used, a lot of brow pencils that can tend to crisp the natural hairs. They don't move, they look really unnatural. But for me, I love that lamination trend. So again, literally giving me that brow lift. And it changes the whole face shape. And it actually has a panthenol elixir in it. So again, that's what's going to really help hydrate those brow hairs. I do think that's what sets Charlotte apart. She's always thinking of how can I nourish, everything that you're putting on with. So whether it's the hair, whether it's your eyelashes, your skin, she's really thinking outside the box. Fab. So once that's done, I'm going to move into my eyes. So I've opted for the amazing Eyes to Mesmerize, which you can get in so many different shades. The one I've used today is Copper Sunrise, because I feel like it nearly gives like a really sun-kissed look to your eyes. It nearly looks like a sunburnt kind of shade. I hope you can see it there, but it's so, so beautiful. It's a beautiful kind of gold shade, so perfect for summer and so easy to apply. I'm actually just going to use my finger, and then I'm going to use a brush. So I'm actually just going to take off the excess. So because this is such a rich product, you don't need a lot. So I've kind of taken off the excess. I just dab a little bit, and then I'm just going to pop it on my lid. But the color intensity is so, so good. So you can really see a little goes a long way. And if I do have anyone out there that really can't wear a lot of eyeshadow, they might have a dry eyelids. They could even have eczema on eyelids. It's super common. This actually has vitamin E in it, so it's really, really soothing, and they're water-based as well. So perfect for anyone there. And once that's there, I'm just going to get my brush just to blend the edges. Copper Sunrise, no. So rose gold will definitely have a little bit more pink into it. This is definitely more of those kind of amber kind of golds that are mixed together instead. And then I'm just going to blend the edges, like I said, with a clean blender brush. But I just love that. It just always looks really effortless. But I feel like I could go now and have dinner and drinks somewhere in a gorgeous resort and be ready for sundown. So super quick, super easy, and I might just add a little bit more to this eye to get them matching. And again, you could use your finger to go underneath the eye. I am going to use just a little smudger brush, again taking off the excess on the back of my hand, and then just popping it underneath just to frame the entire eye. I find that this actually helps make your eyes look bigger and brighter. So I know it's a lot of people have, said that they don't like to wear anything underneath their eye. But for me, it actually makes the eye look and appear bigger. And it also ties in everything together. It kind of marries the whole look together. So like so. And then to finish this look, I am going to use my favourite Pillow Talk Push Up Mascara. Can't do my eyelashes without these. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the product into my lashes. So it has this beautiful nearly well of product. I hope everyone can see this. So it's flat on one side. So you can already see I've just popped that product just into the roots of my lashes. And I always say there's no point in wearing mascara if you're not going to put it into the roots, because that's what's going to give you that extra lift. And for me, I haven't used a lash curler. I don't find I ever need to use one with this one. It's 24-hour vertical lift. So that's what it looks like when it goes into the roots. So already it's after giving me like a double lash band effect, and it's really like a dark, lash line effect. For me, I'm definitely a bit more of a rounder eye. So I need to kind of take away a little bit of the extra skin that kind of shows. So I'm just going to then use the diamond bristles on the side here, and I'm just going to blend that through to make sure everything is nice and blended and there's no clumps or lumps anywhere. But I just love it for that fanned out lash effect. So for my lashes, I don't know if you could see really, I definitely have more of a, I have long lashes, but they're very fine. They're not thick. So for me, this gives an instant thick lash band effect. And again, makes me feel alive. So you can really see the difference it actually does to the lashes. And again, it has this Kerastore effect, so it's going to hydrate the lashes. There's no crispy lashes here. You can nearly touch your lashes and still move them, and they never feel like it's going to fall down. And it's also humidity proof. So again, if we're in a hot climate, we're on holidays, it's not going to start smudging. It's not going to start moving. It's perfect. It's smudge proof. So just like so. And then you can keep on applying if you need to. I never find I do need to apply. Once I've put the well of the product into the roots, that's when I can start blending. And then whatever's on the kind of bottom, I just pop onto the bottom lash line just to finish off the look. I know it's all about skin today, but I couldn't go off camera without finishing like a sun-kissed holiday look. So like that. And you can imagine it leaves you more time to go for your dinner and your drinks when you have less time to actually get ready. And then to finish off the look, I'm just going to finish off with my favorite three products. So I'm going to use my lip liner, and then my collagen lip bath in Peachy Plump, and then my amazing ecstasy blush, which is always the last step in any of Charlotte's routines. So I won't keep it too much longer, but I'm going to use Hot Gossip lip liner here. So I'm going to actually give myself nearly like an effect of fuller lips, literally in seconds. That's why it's called lip cheat. So I'm going to start from the outer edge and actually work in, and I'll show you the difference as I do it. But these are really gorgeous, and they stay in place all day. So I think it's 6 hour wear with these, but you can already see the difference it's given me. I wasn't blessed in the lip department. And I love this one. This one is beautiful because it's nude, but it still has a bit of peach in it. So it's actually going to be really gorgeous just to lift the look slightly. A little bit of a different lip liner to have. But it goes with so many things. I've actually often used this lip liner with pink lipsticks as well to give it more depth. So you can definitely mix and match. And then I like to fill in all over the lip because I'm going to use a gloss. So this is Hot Gossip. Then I have this on my lap. So I chose this one because you can see that gorgeous like light reflect. It's really peachy, really summery. I love it. And these are great for actually giving that lip plump effect, but they hydrate your lips. So it actually has coconut oil to hydrate. Oh, I just love it so much. And the actual applicator gives you like that perfect shape. Just like so. It's so lovely. It's actually one of my favorite ones because no matter, even if you did have lip liner or no lip liner, it's still going to give you that lovely little impact to colour. So it's really gorgeous, especially when the sun hits from it as well. And then to finish my look, I'm going to go with my favourite Ecstasy blush. So again, you can kind of see I'm kind of have a colour palette today. I'm all about that peachy vibe. So I'm going to do the swish and pop. And then if you smile slightly, not too much, I'm kind of doing that 80s style blush where I'm actually going to bring it up to the top of my cheekbone. So nearly the bronzer and the blush are going to actually combine together. So what that's going to do, it's actually going to lift the entire face. So if I was to place it too low here, it can drag your face down. So if you actually just use it at the top of the cheekbone, it's going to lift the face even more. And then lifting it up again. And they all have that kind of light reflecting pearl pink. inside these. So again, really beautiful and light reflecting for if you had any, flash photography, sunlight. It's really gorgeous and just gives you that perfect peachy makeup look. And then whatever's left, I just like to do a little bit on the nose again, as if I've been sun-kissed. And that is the finishing product. So what I will do, and what I always do, is I always set my makeup with the setting spray. So you can actually use your setting spray, before your makeup as a primer. You can use it to finish your makeup like I will today. Another great tip is I've actually used it to, when I'm actually doing my foundation, I've sprayed my brush and I've sprayed the product, and it actually makes it last longer. Or I've also used it to really get that color intensity from any of my eyeshadow palettes. So just spray it on your brush with the product on it and then pop on the colors. And the color intensity is amazing, but the longevity is also incredible. So I'm just going to spray a little bit to finish. I won't keep it on your Monday night any more time than I have. And that is it. This is literally, it's 16-hour wear, no oil and no alcohol, so there's no drying effect to your skin, and it won't move throughout the day. So perfect for still wearing masks, but also perfect for if you're going to be in a warm, humid climate that's going to make your makeup last all day. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I hope I gave you some tips and tricks on how to get that perfect summer sun-kissed skin, even if I have gone over a few minutes. But if anyone was actually following along with me, I'd love to see your recreations. You can follow me on Instagram or just share your message on Instagram. My Instagram name is Kirsty Murphy _. But thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you all very, very soon, and have a gorgeous evening. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you very soon. Bye.